What's up? Okay, this is the third video. I just made another one, the Rebellion Against Divinity one, but this is the other one. Now, this is the funner one. This one I can actually speak about because it's actually based off of something else that is, generally known. Like, it's not something that's based off personal experiences. It's based on the fact that are all devils good or evil? Now, I don't know if y'all have fucking watched, heard, or played DMC, Devil May Cry. But this argument is purely based off of that. Purely based off of that. Anyways, let's go back. Okay. DMC, first of all, is just a game. Okay? It's a video game about a devil hunter who's trying to find his brother and make a living and have just whatever. It's just a devil hunting game. And the story is amazing, really. One of the best stories not one of the best, but one of the greatest stories I've ever played in my life. But essentially, the main character, Dante, is half devil, half human. That's a car. Yeah, anyways, Dante is half demon, half devil, half human. And he's trying to survive in the world where, he's not really good at anything besides, killing devils. Because he lost his mother at a really young age. And, that arises a question. Okay, yeah, another important part. Dante's dad, the one who gave him the devil gene, is Sparda. Now, Sparda was a devil that rebelled against Mundus, and he beat him in battle, sealed Mundus, but he left the demon world because he felt as if he had way too many enemies there, and just to make it, so the demons would feel safe. Okay, if Sparda can beat Mundus, he can probably beat all of us and then take over the demon world and kill all of us, because he's a human supporter. So he left. He lived with a human. He had his wife. He has 2 kids, whatever. But then one day he disappears, and then Mundus attacks his wife and his kids. His wife dies. Virgil gets kidnapped and he's tortured, but he unlocks his devil trigger. Dante is just there and he just hides. Anyways, back to the topic itself. Are all devils good? Wait, what's the topic? Fuck, my bad. Now, are devils good or inherently evil? Okay, first of all, a lot of the argument that I've seen by myself in this topic is humanizing the devils. Yeah. They use Dante and Virgil, Dante's brother, as a conduit for the fact that devils are also humans. And I don't think that's wrong per se, but that's also right, because devils are entirely different entities. Now, devils are monsters, of course, but I think the devils represent something greater than just being devils. I think humans, okay, in the story, the god, whatever, I don't know, maybe, I'm not fully sure on the slower part, but whatever, in the story there are humans, which are the good, and the devils, which are the evil. It's literally light and dark. The devils are the dark, the humans are the good. There is a balance there. But I think there's a deeper meaning to this that I'm making up on my own, because I have zero media literacy and I just read things and I just take them as point blank and I just make shit up because I'm kind of delusional. Anyways, that's a weird ass rant. But I think the devils represent, normal destruction. Like normal destruction where people have a hand in you cannot survive. Whereas humans, I think they represent self-destruction. Now, I say this why? Because you take Dante, he's not dumb by any means. He simply chose to become a devil hunter. He could have had a normal life, No, he didn't. But he could have had a normal life. He started a business of devil hunting. He could have done something normal and gone to school, whatever, gone to communities, whatever, college or whatever. And he was not dumb by any means. He wasn't someone that couldn't do it. Yes, the situation arose that he would have to become a devil hunter at start, but he could have changed. But he doesn't. He simply just does it. There's rocks there. He simply just does it over and over again. He simply puts himself in danger over and over again. Because that's who he is. That is his nature as a human. His nature is to self-destruct, to put himself in harm's way, to actually feel something. I think all of us as humans, we are inclined to erraticism. It's something that I've actually discussed with myself a lot. All humans, we all kind of have attraction to being impulsive. I think that's why Stoicism exists. That's why Buddhism exists and works. It nulls that erraticism. It nulls that impulsiveness. And I think when you null the impulsiveness now, you have a peak human. But the human always misses something. That they will always miss a certain emotion. That unpredictability of the human impulsiveness, you will miss that. That's why I think Dante. He is probably the strongest character in this show. By the end of it, Argosax he kills, he beats Moondust too, and he's on the same level as his brother. And both of them, it's like basically 1-1. Dante and Virgil, everyone else. But yeah, Dante represents self-destruction in the sense how his demon half represents self-destruction. Oh my god, another thing. Dante's sword, rebellion. He needs to stab himself to unlock his demon form. And I think that also portrays this concept of self-destruction. That to be renewed, you need to either conjoin yourself or separate yourself. Now, where did the separation come from? Yamato, that's Virgil's sword. Dante's brother's his sword. Now, Virgil is a very, very conflicted character. He's one of the few characters I genuinely relate to. But Virgil, as a character, he hungers for power because when his mother died, he thought everyone else, he had no one left. So he wanted power. He wanted to kill everything. Anyways, Virgil's soul, Yamato, that sword separates man from demon. Dante's sword joins man and demon. Okay? Now here's the fun part. When Virgil stabs himself, his human half gets separated, and his demon half gets separated. His demon half becomes I forgot his name, but the big bad of DMC 5. But his human half becomes V, a frail, crippled man with a book of poetry. And you see V's self-destructiveness completely pour out. Okay? Yes, of course V's purpose is to join himself. But he could simply not. Virgil is no stranger to death. He has been tortured by the ends of the earth for tens of thousands of years. Okay? He has been turned into a demon for like 15 years or whatever. But the mere concept of death is not a stranger to Virgil. He's gone to hell and been back like twice or thrice. So like lore wise, I think, or personality wise, I don't think Virgil would be scared of dying. Yet his human self is terrified of it. And I think that sort of pushes the idea of self-destruction, because self-destruction is the opposite. Okay? What you need to do is the opposite of that. Okay? Like if I need to, I'm gonna give a very generic example. If I like a girl and I wanna date her, the self-destructiveness in me is gonna like do things that are gonna make me hate. That is gonna make her hate me, and I not get to date her. I think that's what it matters. Okay? That Virgil's inherent nature is not to rebel against death. It is to rebel against life. What the fuck did I just say? No, I'm going back on this. Fuck. You see, this is a very hard topic because I don't make notes for these. I really just say what comes to my mind. And sometimes I forget what comes to my mind. Anyways, yeah, the separated part, human part of Virgil, he is not scared to die, but he is scared. Yeah, he's not scared to die, so he wants to live. He is a self-destructive nature in action. Whereas the other half of Virgil, I really don't know how to say it because that's just a mindless demon. Yeah, the mindless demon, because the mindless demon kind of follows suit with his Virgil's desire of power. Virgil's biggest desire is power at the end of the day. But yeah, I think that follows him. But motherfucker is... Anyways, Virgil's desire, yeah, it follows suit. But yeah, and Dante on the other hand, the rebellion, it joins man and demon. And I think that shows perfectly. Because Dante at the end of this battle does not care about winning. He does not care about anything. He just wants to rest because he's tired. It joins his human self-destructive nature of, being active and, being constantly in a fight, with his destructive nature of simply being alive. Because Dante hates being alive. That's his biggest problem that why is he still alive. He keeps fighting, and he's not gonna go down like, oh, I just died. He's gonna fight until he can, and he hates that he doesn't die. At least that's what I believe. Maybe there's another interpretation, but I like to believe that Dante wants to die, but he just simply can't because he's just so strong. You know, his own blood is so cursed that he will never die. And I think that also shows perfectly, you know, the self-destructive nature of both. So I think inherently they're not evil. You know, devils, they're not evil. Even the concept of devils is not evil or good. I think it's so interpersonal that it changes. Like, you know how Virgil is not scared of death. So when he gets separated into human form, he would have been fine dying. But since he is so self-destructive that he wants to live. Like, you realize how fucking convoluted and roundabout it is, but at the same time it works. It works because Virgil is that person, you know. He needed to die all his life, but he also kept surviving. But he wasn't scared of dying. Same as Dante. He wasn't scared of dying, but you know, they keep surviving because they are so strong. But yeah, that's low-key it. I don't really know what else I can say because I'm low-key going on a rant that I don't even know what I'm talking about half of this time. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye.